Hey everyone, in this video I'm gonna show you how we can find out if a user input number is even or if it is odd. So what is an even number and what's an odd number? So suppose 4 is one number and we can divide it by 2. So if we divide 4 by 2, the remainder of that result is 0. Similarly, 5 is another number that if we divide it by 2, then the remainder is 1. So these types of numbers where the remainder is 0, these are called even numbers, and where the remainder is non-zero, these are called odd numbers. So if you want to write this using program, the first thing that we need to do, we need to get this number as input from the user. So our program will ask the user to enter one number, the user will enter it, and then we'll get this number. Then we will try by dividing this number by 2 and we'll check the result, and if the result is 0, then we can print that this is an even number, and if it is not 0, then we can say that this is an odd number. So for that we have one operator in Python, it's called modulus operator. So this is the sign of this operator, and if we do the modulo operation, then this returns the remainder. So if I write 5 modulo 2, then it will return me 1. Similarly, if I write 4 modulo 2, then it will return me 0. So we can simply use this operator and this modulo operator, and we can find out the remainder. It is 1 or it is 0. And based on that, we can say that this one is even or this one is odd. So let me go back to my program file. So this is a Python file, and if I write 5 modulo 2, then let me run it. I'm using Python 3, but you can also use Python 2. So you can see that it prints 1, and if I write as 4 modulo 2, then you can see that it prints 0. So the first thing, I'm gonna get the number as input from the user. So for reading one input, we can use input. So we can say any message here. Suppose it is enter a number, and this value I'm gonna save it in a variable. It's called user input number. But the input, this method returns one string. So for that we need to convert it to a number using this integer class. So if I pass one string that can be, if that can be converted to an integer, then it will convert it to an integer, and it will return that number, and we will store this value here, this variable. So let me print this variable user input number. Now if I run it, then it will show me this message that enter a number. If I give any number, then it will print that number. Now we need to check if this number is even or odd. For that, I'm gonna use one if else condition. So if one condition, we can write if this, then print something, and else print something. So we'll add one condition here. If this, then we will print it is even, and else we'll print it is odd. So basically this condition should return something that can be either true or false. So if I write it as true, and if I run the program, then you can see that it prints even. So if I give any number, it will always print even because we have write it down as true. So if it is false, then if I write anything, then it will print the else statement, that is it is odd. So basically we need to check this number is even or odd, so we can check it and we can keep that value in this result variable. So equal to 0, it checks that if we use modulo operation on this number, then the value is equal to 0. That means it is 0, and if it is 0, that means it is even. So this result will hold the value of true. So we can simply pass this result here, and let me also print the value of result first. And if it is odd, then the value of result will be false and it will move to here. Now let me write 13, then you can see that the value of result is false, so it is printing it is odd. And if I print as 10, then you can see that the result value is true and it is printing even. We can also give this number, we can also remove it from here, we can place it here. Now it will this part will return one boolean value, that is true or false, and the if statement will check if it is true or false, and based on that it will print that statement. Okay, now let me give 10, then you can see that it is printing even. If I give 13, it is odd. 1001, then you can see it is odd. So that's all for now. I hope that you learned how we can use Python to check if a number is even or odd easily. And if you have any questions, please drop one comment below, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe. Thanks. Bye.